Hello, I'm Jeff Summit, Technical Director for Horico Golf. I want to talk to you today about identifying steel shafts and understanding what type of player they're for. There's three basic parameters to look for in a steel shaft. The first is weight. Heavier shafts are designed for players with quicker tempos or faster swing speeds as they're more control-oriented. On the other hand, lighter shafts are for players who have relatively smooth swings looking for increased speed and distance. Sometimes the shaft label will tell you the approximate weight, but sometimes you have to be cautious. Certain shafts like the True Temper GS95 or Apollo AccuLite 95 may give you the weight of the cut shaft for a mid-iron, while other shafts like an FST 115 might be the weight of the raw and cut shaft. It never hurts to weigh the shaft yourself. Next is flex, like regular, stiff, or extra stiff. The stiffer the shaft, the better suited it is to a player with a faster clubhead speed or aggressive tempo. This is also written on the shaft label. However, one word of warning, not all shafts of the same flex designation are going to be the exact same flex. That is, some are going to play softer than others, while others will play stiffer than what the average might be. This is why frequency analyzers and deflection boards were invented to test for relative stiffness. Our third parameter is to look at the steps, the little knurls on the shaft, to determine what the projected trajectory might be on the shaft. This is assuming that there's steps on the shaft and they're not smooth like a graphite shaft. Shafts that are designed to hit the ball higher might start out with a longer parallel tip section, or from the tip to the first step. In order for the butt to be large enough for standard grip sizing, you're going to see that the steps taper quickly. Most of these will be 1.25 inches or less between steps. On this shaft, you can see where the steps are very, very close together, and then they gradually widen out as they get closer to the butt end. This would be considered a high launching shaft. Here's another shaft where the steps are wider, or where there's 1.75 inches or 1.7 inches difference between steps. These are generally the ones designed to hit the ball the lowest. If the steps between on the shafts were 1.5 inches apart or averaged 1.5 inches apart, they'd probably be considered more mid-launching. But in general, the lighter the shaft, the higher the launch angle will be. The more flexible the shaft, the higher the launch angle will be. And lastly, the longer the distance from the tip to the first step and the closer the grouping of steps there are, the higher the launching the shaft. Those are just some helpful tips next time you pick up a steel shaft.